they've weaned their 2.5-year-old off Movicol. So Movicol is the constipation laxative that you mentioned.
Same as the laxatives.
Yeah. After 9 months, but they still strain a lot when they poo. But it's normal, like a normal poo that they're having. I guess what's your advice for that? Should they have weaned, or what would you say there?
Yeah, so if they're on a laxative, it's really important that you wean at the right time. So weaning means that basically you're trying to start reducing down the dose with a view to stopping it at some point. So you want to make sure, first of all, that the backlog of poo has been cleared first. And this is a really common mistake people make when they start on laxatives, that they start like on a low dose and they kind of keep it at that. And sometimes what can happen when you do that is that if there is a backlog of poo in the rectum, that low dose can kind of work on the outer edges of that backlog and create like kind of a messy poos, make it quite watery, can make it quite lumpy and just not consistent then with what we call a type 4 poo. And then what happens is parents think that's making it worse and they stop it and they start it again. So what you need to do is kind of go up with the doses slowly and then bring it back down when we've had a bit of a clear out of the backlog of poo. And then what you're trying to achieve is a type 4 poo on a regular basis. So you'll be kind of aiming for a type 4 poo every day or at least 4 times in the week. And then once they're doing that, that's your maintenance dose. And then if you start noticing that the frequency of the poo is the same, but the consistency is kind of more sloppy, it looks quite wet, then you start weaning it down. And then you basically get it back to a type 4 poo again, and that's your maintenance dose. And then if you find it changes again to a type 5, you start weaning it down further with a view then to stopping it. So with this child then, she's still straining when she's trying to poo. So again, you're looking at, is she completely emptying every time that she does a poo? What are the sizes of the poo? Are they fresh looking? Has she got a little bit of a pot belly? Is her backlog kind of building up? So when kids are straining like that, it can mean that they may have a backlog building up again, and the child is feeling that there's a lot of poo there, but they may only be letting a little bit out. It can be just a bit of a habit that child has gotten into as well. So again, do plenty of frog squats around the time that she needs to poo, making sure she is squatting down to poo as well, and making sure her fluid intake is really, really important. Make sure that fluid intake is good and high, that she's drinking plenty. So for any kid with constipation or without constipation, fluids are just really, really important to make sure they're kept well hydrated.